All right, FightHype.com here with undefeated Eric Priest, 12-0. Oh, yeah, listens. Already knows how to do the walk and talk.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. But yeah, Eric, man, middleweight is so wide open. Oscar said a lot of good things about you, joked about good-looking kid like I was and all that. Yeah, man, for people who haven't seen Eric Priest fight or train, what are they getting Saturday night?
Saturday night, you're going to get fireworks. Just a good performance. At the end of the day, that's all really I'm concerned about. If knockouts come, they come. Those are usually accidents, from good preparation and good timing. That's kind of what I'm looking for. People always say like the pretty boy kind of image and stuff like that. But in a lot of cases in my career, I feel like that's worked almost as like a defect for me. It's really hard for like people to take you seriously beyond like, oh, you're just like a pretty face or something like that.
Right.
Me, I know my skill. I'm in this business to hurt people, and they're in their business to hurt me. And so, at the end of the day, this is what you have to do. This is boxing. This is fighting sport. This is hurt business. And pretty face only goes so far. So I'm willing to prove that I'm more than that. All this year. This year is all about making statements, and that's what I plan on doing.
Coming up out of LA, there's so many great fighters and such great sparring to be had in the gyms there. Who are some of the top names maybe fans are familiar with that you've worked with, that you sparred with?
I did about 4 training camps with Gabe Rosado. Sparred Bek Taboli, Israel Madrimov, John Abek. A lot of world champs, and now that I'm training out in Vegas, I'm doing camp with Ismael Salas. This whole training camp, I've been sparring with Brian Mendoza. Mm-hmm. He just coming off of a fight with Tim Tszyu and a win over Sebastian Fedor. And he'll actually be fighting March 30th, hopefully. So I've been sparring with like world champions like that.
You already worked with the king of the division.
Yeah.
Right now, the unified champ. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's it doesn't really get much higher than that as far as like experience goes, and so I don't know, like if that has anything to prove with accolades and how much of a threat I will be to the middleweight division, I don't really know what else will.
Did you come away? Look, I understand if it's kind of no comment because what happens in the gym stays in the gym. But did you come away from sparring Janibek saying I could beat that guy? Maybe not right now, but I could beat that guy.
I definitely held my own.
Yeah.
I definitely held my own. And if anything, I earned his respect. Mm-hmm. So, I sparred Janibek I first sparred him when I was 21.
So 4 years ago.
Yeah, and then I've sparred him multiple times since then. But every single time, I've showed up, stood my own. The last time I sparred him was probably 6 months before I came. I switched training camps out to Vegas. So. Not too long ago, but I take comfort in knowing that I can win rounds with any middleweight in the world right now.
Speaking of any middleweight in the world, when we're talking prospects in America at the division, it's probably Elijah Garcia and Troy Isley. How do you feel you stack up with those two guys?
Technically, it's hard to look on the rankings because the belt systems are kind of all weird.
Yes.
But on BoxRec, we're all in the top 10. So we're not too far from each other as far as the ranking goes. Look, they're good fighters. I take nothing away from them. Elijah Garcia, I know he's an Arizona native, and Arizona is where I reside right now. And then Troy, big amateur standout. He was the king of the hill when I was even an amateur at 165, coming up from 152. So, those guys are dangers and threats, but we're in the pros. It's a different game. Anybody has a puncher's chance, him or me. And as all of our careers as prospects develop more, I'd really be excited down the line to see who's still standing, and then we'll get clash heads or something like that. That would be sweet.
You mentioned you're in Arizona now. Any reason why you left the LA area?
Yeah. I could list a lot of like.
Is it a focus thing?
Yeah, it's a focus thing. There's a lot of distractions out there. LA is just. Also, like Vegas, like moving to Vegas for boxing was one of the best decisions I made for my career. As far as focusing, also the connections and the sparring, the level of work from globally. Like they come here to get work. So it's really been really productive for me in my career as well.
What are your best attributes as a fighter?
Speed, speed and power. It's some people are like they hit really hard, but they're predictable, and some people are really fast and like they make great amateurs, But I'm a danger. I'll hurt you from any angle. I'm intense. My intensity. I fight. I hurt. I fight to hurt. I punch with bad intentions, and focus. At the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think I am marketable. I think I am the next face of Korean American boxing.
Oh, you Korean American?
Yeah.
I didn't know, man. It
Yeah.
got behind the shades. Can't.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Oh, there you go. Give him get the K-pop clicks, man.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Big BTS fan. Yeah. So I mean, I just plan on taking advantage of my career while I have it. And I think that's what makes me the most dangerous. I'm not wasting time.
Shout out to Brandon Lee.
Shout out to Brandon Lee. That's my boy. He's a good dude, good fighter. Excited to see what he does next. And it's just me and him, man, representing the Koreans for the most part. So
you guys had back in the day, champion Injin Chi fought Eric Morales.
Yeah.
Good. He was tough.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
But this decade, our decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, we see that the fight. Well, not Japanese American, but the fighters from Japan are like so much more explosive now than they were years ago.
Japanese fighters are dangerous. I've been in training camp with one.
At Salas's, right?
At Salas.
Right.
Hayota? Yeah.
I think that sounds.
Yeah, he's beast. He's like 5-0.
All those Japanese guys at Salas's are beasts, man.
Oh my God, yeah, beast. Yeah. So watching him train, I'm learning from him. And he's not even close to my weight division, but it's cool. Watching the Asians, talk a little bit.
Well, hey, best of luck to you, Eric. You do got a good opponent on your hands too, 21-4, Jose Sanchez. So they're not giving you a layup here. So good matchmaking.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't taken any layups. Like, look at my last 4 fights. It's like 26-8. It's like 13-1, 21-4, and this also is another 21-4. And statements are what we're here to make. And if you want to make a statement, you gotta sometimes, you gotta run the narrow path and things that aren't easy. So that's kind of what we're here for.
Well, we'll see you get busy Saturday night, Eric. Thank you for your time, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
brother.